Now let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ story for today. I'm Von Biggs, and let's queer up health. Gilead's once-a-year PrEP injection shows promising results. Pharma giant Gilead Sciences has unveiled promising results from its phase 1 trial of a once-a-year PrEP injection. The company presented these findings this week at the conference on Retroviruses and Opportunistic Infections, also known as CROI, in San Francisco, and they were also published in the Lancet. Gilead already offers a twice-a-year PrEP injection using the drug lenacapavir, which is also used to treat HIV in many countries. The FDA is expected to decide on its approval as PrEP this summer. But Gilead isn't stopping there. They are now testing a new once-a-year version of the injection. Early results from this phase 1 trial, which included 40 participants, show that a 5,000 milligram once-a-year injection of lenacapavir maintains higher drug levels in the body than 2 lower-dose 6-month injections. The drug's concentration remained above the 95% effective level for 56 weeks, surpassing the 52-week protection from the biannual doses. While injection site pain was the common side effect, it was a mild to moderate and resolved quickly. Gilead plans to start a phase 3 trial later this year. Dr. Jared Baeten of Gilead believes this could be a game changer for HIV prevention, addressing adherence challenges and ultimately reducing global HIV transmissions. You know, we have a lot of talk in our communities about PrEP, and obviously, I talk about HIV and I talk about PrEP, but that's not, it comes out sometimes that that's the only option for us to end HIV, and it's not. It's got to come from all angles. It's got to come from getting us to U equals U, with we have no transmissions of HIV, and it can't be just PrEP alone. I know that they're moving towards the 2 a year, and then I'm thinking the 1 a year, but the problem I have is if there's ever any interactions, guess what? That medication stays in your system. How many weeks did they say? 56 weeks?
56 weeks.
So if you have any type of interactions with that drug, then it's something that's going to stay in your system for a while. And that is what concerns me the most. But it is a game changer when it comes to that. When you think about people in our homeless populations, you think about people who, just kids that are having sex and wanting to be protected. I mean, there's definitely opportunities for that, but it's also education, and we are lacking in this country in education.
Yeah. My concern here is the cost of it and access, right? Because we already know how much PrEP is, the actual pill. We know that there is the shot already that you can go once every 2 months already, and so that's pretty expensive. And so I just want to make sure that as they're exploring this, that people have the education, but the cost is discussed and we have access to it. With this government that we have now, I am very, very concerned that people will have access to it. And then my other thing that and I'm very excited about it, of course, like anything to help prevent and stop and zero transmission to your point, very excited about it, but I want to be practical as well. My only other thing is that, suppose there's another strain that comes out. And people think, I got my once-a-year shot. I'm a little concerned. I feel like there needs to be a lot more research done on this, a lot more time done on this study before we try to roll this out as the complete game changer, right? I just want more time.
Yeah.
Now, I hear you. I try to trust the medical community that they will handle through clinical trials things like interactions and things like, new viruses and how it interacts. But the price is a big deal. Gilead could be potentially a $40,000 injection. The cost, literally, they've admitted it doesn't cost that much to make. Yes, the trials cost a little bit of money, but I do want to remind viewers that companies like Gilead spend more money on marketing than they do on research. And the thing that scares me the most with the price lately is obviously $40,000 is a lot, but normally we talk about insurance will normally cover it. Insurers are trying to sue to end preventative care. That is a big, scary thing. Both the pharmaceuticals want to charge these prices, and insurers we don't even want to handle preventative care. I'm like, yes, because it won't save you any money in the long run at all, insurers. So these are all important things to think about with Gilead. And it always reminds me to remind people to always encourage your lawmakers to investigate Gilead more often with their prices.
And with the for-profit health insurance business is not. There's it's extremely short-sighted because they only want short-term profits. They cannot think of like preventative care will save them money in the long run because you don't want chronic illness essentially. But they think that PrEP is a problem because we have to shell out the pills every single time, every single month. That's stupid because HIV drugs would be much more expensive. In the long run.
Yeah, I'm still very hopeful about this, and I'm very excited about the advances that we're making. Because I think that HIV has been such a challenge, globally, not just in the United States, and we've made so much progress. I'm afraid because of this government. I'm afraid about USAID, right? For instance, has stopped funding global HIV/AIDS preventative care, which, ironically enough, George W. Bush, was the one who actually, through his compassionate conservatism, is the one that started it. So I'm a little concerned, but still very hopeful that one day we'll have no transmissions, right?
Yeah,
and that's the goal.
Some of our countries, well, none of them have reached zero transmissions.
Right.
At first they were talking Australia might have, but it didn't. But like Botswana and some of those, they're at the 95% level already of being, people that know their status, 95% of the people, 95% of the people are on antiretroviral, and 95% are U equals U.
Yeah.
So that's way better than the U.S. is doing.
That's right. That's right.
So
there's some hope here.
Yeah.
But we have to still be vigilant and knowledgeable, and hopefully there's more information that comes out. So that is a big LGBTQ story for today. There's no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.